Beef Willow? Still beef, Wayne? Wilson, just beef. And finally, Will. Still just beef. So from start to finish, there's nothing but beef in our burgers and a pinch of salt and pepper, as everyone can now testify.
A picture postcard of a goal for Chelsea.
And it's a long way back for Celtic now.
Has he carried it in? Yes, he has. Oh, look at that!
Look at that! He cannot stop scoring at the moment, Raheem Sterling.
Because the way this is going, it could be any number for Liverpool.
And it's true! Rangers were named after an English rugby team.
It's the second Betfred Cup semi-final today, Rangers against Motherwell. This programme is also available in ultra-high definition for BT TV customers on BT Sport 4K UHD, channel number 433. Ali McCoist and Stuart McCall are here ahead of this one. And look, it's got the makings of a very good contest. There's just 1 point between them in the league table. When they met earlier this season, just 1 goal in it as well, Ali.
Nothing between the sides. It's a very, very difficult game to predict. I fancy Rangers just to shade it, but Motherwell, I think Stephen Craigan called it absolutely spot on at the start of the programme when he said both teams played the opening game of the season. Rangers probably just about deserved it, but there wasn't a lot between the sides, and importantly, both sides have now improved, so it should be a great game.
Are you torn a bit today, Stuart?
Yeah, well, listen, 2 different styles today, 2 different formations. I think you always get a better game like that. If they both set up the same to cancel each other out, I think Motherwell have got the strengths going forward, as have Rangers. I think down the flanks will be important, but honestly, it's a tough one to call, it really is, but looking forward to a really good game.
I know this means so much to all the fans on both sides here, but in particular from Rangers' point of view, when you see Celtic already there in the final, a chance to play them again, Ali. They've lost to them this season. That's a big incentive, isn't it?
Well, it's a massive incentive, but equally, it's a wonderful incentive for Motherwell as well. I mean, I was talking to Stephen here. I was here, I think it was at 91, the Scottish Cup final, for one of the greatest Scottish Cup finals I've ever seen.
Wonderful game.
It was a wonderful game, so they've got everything to play for.
I was only about 7 or 8, I think, but I remember it well. What a game that was. And Motherwell can make themselves legends again this year, all of these players.
Yeah, listen, I'm looking at the lads in there. Chrissy Cadden, I gave me debut to as a young kid. Little Campbell as well, who was coming up as an under-17 youth watch every Sunday. And I've got a lot of good friends at Motherwell. But on the other side, you know, Rangers need to win this game today.
And there's only a few empty seats here today. I mean, the atmosphere is exceptional at the moment, isn't it?
It really is. I'm actually having to struggle to hear what you're saying, which actually isn't such a bad thing, to be quite honest with you. That said, the atmosphere within the stadium is fantastic. Thankfully, I say thankfully, and I really mean this, there's not the empty spaces which we sadly saw yesterday. And it's a full stadium today, just about, and it's a great atmosphere.
Stuart, you've played in these type of games, you've managed in these type of games as well. I mean, how do you get your team fired up for this kind of day? Do you have to say anything at all?
Listen, I'm sure Pedro will want his players to show the passion that he shows, but there's got to be a calmness as well. There's no good first 15 minutes. A la David Robertson a long time ago, taking wee Joe Miller out in front of us here 6 minutes into the game, which wasn't the game plan. I remember a little gingerhead boy squared it to a certain Mr McCoy's, and we won 1-0 that day. So, but you've got to try to keep 11 on the park. Go and get yourself into a final. Do your best.
Memories to be made all over again here today. Here we go, over to Stephen Craigan, Chris Sutton and Rory Hamilton.
Well, thank you very much, Darryl. And the atmosphere has certainly been cranked up a notch. Hampden decked out in red, white and blue, claret and amber. It's the second Betfred Cup semi-final, and everything points to an intriguing and tightly contested battle between Rangers and Motherwell. The stage is set, the National Stadium is ready, as both teams look to give it their all to reach next month's final. Well, both teams have a settled look to them. Pedro Caixinha makes just 2 changes from the victory over St Johnstone, both expected. Jack Alec continues to be given the nod in the Betfred Cup and starts for just the 4th time since joining the club in January. In midfield, Ryan Jack has served his 1-match suspension and replaces Jason Holt. Graham Dorran scored twice on his debut against Motherwell in August, while Carlos Peña has started to find his form with a brace at McDermott Park. Stephen Robertson Robinson's lineup is predictable, and for good reason. It's efficient and it works. They're unchanged following the Lanarkshire Derby triumph 8 days ago. Central defender Peter Hartley has been a major goal threat since signing on loan from Blackpool, and he got the winner at the Super Seal Stadium. Scotland under-21 stars Chris Cannon and Alan Campbell are definitely two to keep an eye on, but the star man is undoubtedly Louis Moult, who has 8 goals already this season and has undoubtedly attracted interest from other clubs, including today's opponents, Rangers.
Well, there we have it, 2 different systems. Rangers with a 4-2-3-1. Pedro keeping faith or sticking with Alnwick in this competition here. The one decision really from St Johnstone, Jason Holt performed well, but Ryan Jack comes back in the midfield.
Well, Motherwell have a formation and a system that suits them. It's been successful, they've won games, but the front 2 will be a handful. Malcolm Bowen we saw in the quarter-final against Aberdeen. Aberdeen couldn't cope. Can they pose Rangers problems this afternoon?
Well, the build-up has given plenty of insight into both camps. Rangers confident of their abilities, wary of a physical threat, and desperate for silverware. Motherwell are at club enjoying an upturn in fortunes, delighted to be back on the big stage and looking to thrive under a different kind of pressure from what they have been used to in recent years. Celtic lie in wait. Winning is everything to both teams. Only one, Rangers or Motherwell, can progress to the Betfred Cup final in a month's time. Stephen McLean is the referee this afternoon. He took charge of Rangers' quarter-final extra-time victory at Firhill. This is Fabio Cardoso, who's alongside his countryman Bruno Alves. Such an experienced campaigner. That's knocked on by Moralison. An early opportunity for Josh Windass, but it was straight at Carson.
Well, Morales does really well. I think Windass should take this on, takes a shot on early. I think he should drive in there.
There's his old man, Dean Windass, formerly of Aberdeen. Watch him on from the south stand here at Hampden.
I think the game has started the way that I expected it would. High tempo, both sides trying to press, getting the ball forward early, trying to play in the opposition half, just trying to test the resolve early on.
Graham Dorrans, Rangers man through and through. And what a start he had to his career at his boyhood heroes. 2 goals at Fir Park. Takes throw, looking for Moult. Throws that helped it on. Well, Morelos has already shown that he's up for the fight. He's taken a bit of a bash there.
Took one in the face there. He's trying to back in. To Dunn, use his body. Just there, just gets caught. No malice in that.
It's going to be an intriguing battle, isn't it? Morelos up against Peter Hartley, against Cedric Kipre and Charles Dunn. 3 really strong lads, but Morelos has been terrific for him this season.
Tate looks long, but out comes Jack Alnwick. Man of the match at Firhill in the quarter-final. Coming in for West Fodringham. Early ball launches it to Windass, but Kipre gets there after Pena couldn't quite get enough on the ball back to Windass. Dorrans keeps it alive for Rangers. Declan John back to the Rangers number 10. Windass back with Dorrans, very much the dictator in the heart of the Rangers midfield. Did give it away cheaply, but won it back.
Well, where Rangers should get joy is in the wide areas.
Alves looks long, and Candace, it was just a whisker away from his toe.
A good run from Candace from out to in. Terrific ball. Nearly gets the touch on that, he would have been in.
It's a ball that Bruno Alves likes. A long ball in behind, we've seen it a few times on BT Sport.
Lots of, a couple of warning signs already. Windass got in, Candias nearly got in. The Motherwell back three just have to be careful. When there's no pressure on the ball, you can't go squeezing the game. You can't leave that space in behind. A couple of warning signs early on for sure.
Bowman loses out to Cardoso. Molt flags up. Alves was across to cover.
I think that's going to be a key battle. I think Motherwell sees Louis Molt just flagged offside. I think that the centre forwards will try and peel on Cardoso and try and bully him.
Looking to win 3 games in a row for the first time as Rangers manager. Celtic await.
Well, Pedro said there were only 2 options this afternoon for this Rangers team, and that was win and win.
Kenny Miller in the Rangers squad again. His situation that continues to rumble on. James Tavernier into Carlos Peña. Suddenly started to find his place in the Rangers team. Just playing off Alfredo Morelos. This is Declan John, who is deputised quite brilliantly for Lee Wallace. Doran's back for Windass. Windass looks for the run from Morelos. He's always alert, always alive.
This movement's excellent. He's always trying to get in behind or get down the side of someone, get the ball on the feet. He's always in the move, always difficult for defenders to play against. You never know where he is.
It's interesting. That was Bowman going up against Fabio Cardoso. First minor flashpoint really for Stephen McLean to deal with, and it will be a yellow card for the Motherwell frontman.
Well, Bruno Alves straight away approaching the referee Stephen McLean and saying he threw an elbow. So that's going to be a battle where if you're a Motherwell centre forward, you look at Bruno Alves, you look at Fabio Cardoso, and Cardoso's the one you try and pick on physically. I think he's using his arm as leverage there. He's laid down the marker though, Stephen McLean, and Ryan Bowman now put himself under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, you wouldn't clearly say what's the saying, he's using it as a weapon. That's certainly not the case. He's trying to use it as leverage, and unfortunately for Cardoso he's caught him. But you're right, Chris, it suddenly puts him on edge for the rest of the game.
So on all the same for Fabio Cardoso. He goes up and beats Bowman that time. Alves then helps it on to Morelos. Of course, worth remembering that the yellow cards are cleared after the quarter-final stage. So nobody walking a tightrope ahead of the final. Stephen Robinson says this is the biggest game of his career. He signed a new deal just last week to take him to the end of the 2020 season. Cedric Kipre on that right side of the back three for Motherwell will certainly be tested by Windass and Declan John. Here is Windass, but it's well won back for Motherwell. Forward from Hartley. Tavernier calmly knocking that one down to Ryan Jack. With the right back once more to Candeas. They've formed a very efficient partnership down the right-hand side for Rangers as well. Declan John remains down. Windass continues, gets the ball in for Morelos. Firm header cleared, and the free kick goes the way of Motherwell.
And it's the first time from Rangers we've seen them utilise their system to good effect. Quick switch of play, and the early cross.
Yeah, I think when you play with a 3-5-2 formation, I think Stephen Robinson's just speaking to the fourth official about the challenge for Morelos. You know, Rand Bowman got booked, he thinks it was an arm used. But, you know, when you do play with a 3-5-2 formation, you know, the opposition, if they switch to play quickly, Chris, you're bang on, will get out and get down the other side. Mother will have to be aware of that.
Bolt battling away with Alves. Rangers man got the better of that contest.
This is the cross coming into the box. Peter Hartley quite clearly gets up and wins the header, and you see the right hand of Morelos. So, you know, there's not a huge difference between that one and Ryan Bowman.
Bowman again rises well against Cardoso. Just hacked clear by Dorrans. Hartley finds Charles Dunn. That's over the top of Cardoso. Encourages Louis Moult. Certainly not shy of coming to wide areas either. He's the all-round centre forward. It's well done by Tate. Crossed in towards Chris Cannon. Over the top though. And that now invites Windass forward, and look at Declan John bursting ahead of his left winger. Instead it comes infield to Ryan Jack, and now Tavernier. Tavernier and Candeas linking up nicely. The cross blocked off by McHugh.
Well, Ryan Bowman, who's already been booked there, has to be careful. Dorrans. He's going back there, Rory. Declan John complaining to Stephen McLean about that challenge from Ryan Bowman.
This is the body strength of Alan Campbell. This is something he's worked ever so hard at. You know, when you're small in stature, you have to make sure you're strong in presence. You know, your physical capabilities. And I think he's a little bit lucky, Ryan Bowman. He's got to be careful. Whether he means to do it or not, I'm not so sure. But if Steve McLean sees it, he won't be happy.
Bowman onto Moult. Richard Tate. It's well won back by Candeas. Rangers will have a free kick. Morelos was pushed in the lead up there.
I think he was. It's going to be a good scrap, that. Morelos, he uses his body really well. So that Motherwell three centre-halves, they're not going to duck out of any challenges.
Pedro Caixinha was well aware that this is the sort of approach that Rangers would come up against. It's a different task when you face this Motherwell side.
Well, you can see what they're trying to do, Roy. You know, they're trying to stop them playing out from the back. They're trying to force them to hit long balls. And that's where the back three then come into their own and challenge Morelos. It's going to be a tough afternoon for him.
That's one back by Kipre, and here's Campbell. He goes for it alone. Saw the headlines.
Yeah, pinched the ball high up the pitch. I think he took the wrong option there, going for glory. Just wants one of the forwards making a little run in behind there. Needed a bit more composure. There's the earlier push which Pedro Caixinha was complaining about.
Charles Dunn won that one. Rangers dominating the early possession. Well, Anik being closed down by Louis Moult. He is a man who chases absolutely everything. And now a chance to deliver into the box. Anik comes out. well held.
It's the one thing you'll see from both sides, Roy. You know, any kind of crossing opportunity, the ball's going into the box.
Anik also keen to get on with it quickly, and Dorrans has found Candeas into Pena. Candeas again. It's Tavernier. Motherwell do well to keep that one in play between McHugh and Dunn. Didn't know he was a goalkeeper.
I think Hibs could have done with him yesterday.
Was in fact a goalkeeper. Here's Rose. That's given away by Jack, but his endeavours win the ball back for Rangers. Windass in. Look for the flick from Morelos. The Rangers frontmen being very carefully watched in that penalty area.
There we go. Great agility, one-handed. He can do everything.
Looking long, but looked a straightforward one for Hartley, and was there a flailing arm there? No. Morelos goes down.
There's nothing in that. There's not. You know, he's gone down far too easy, and Pedro Caixinha's gone berserk at the fourth official. And Morelos is fronting up with the Motherwell manager, Stephen Robinson. There's absolutely no malice. He hasn't thrown his arm. He's using his body to protect himself. Goes down far too easily there, Morelos.
Well, Morelos confronted Stephen Robinson over the incident as well.
Well, should he be cautioned for that?
Well, he shouldn't be interfering with anybody in the Motherwell staff. Deal with players and deal with the referee, but I think getting involved with people off the pitch, some call for.
Tensions raising here. It's knocked on by Moult, cleared. Keeprate returns it. It is Louis Moult who looks to get turned.
For exactly what he's thinking. He's thinking about one thing. He takes it in nicely on his chest. And then just with his weaker left foot, doesn't get any purchase.
Both sides had quite differing quarter-final ties. Rangers taken to extra time by Partick Thistle before goals from Daniel Candeas and Eduardo Herrera off the bench saw them through. Motherwell were absolutely superb against Aberdeen. 3-0 victory, masterminded by Moult and Bowman in attack. Aberdeen had no answers until the Sunday when they faced them in the league. Tate. Now Bowman. Cardoso doing his job well and then feeding Tavernier. Morelos this time coming short. Jack for Graham Dorrans. Rangers just look to refine their rhythm a little. Candeas. Tavernier continuing his run, it's nicely done. Cut out on the 6-yard box.
There's a switch of play again. Well, on a couple of occasions now, Rangers. This time left to right, Tavernier. Good link up, clever play from Candeas. The early cross, but good position.
It's just that final ball from Rangers, really well worked. Graham Dorrans is always involved in the play, moving it. The willingness of Tavernier to get round Candeas. Good positioning, Peter Hartley.
John knocks it out wide for Windass. Now Dorrans. Tavernier has a bit of space here. Now being closed down by Tate. Time to deliver. Looking for Pena, of course. He found him twice at McDermott Park last time out. That supplied two of the Rangers' goals. Down goes Tavernier. He's not getting his free kick.
This is the foul, Tavernier. I'm not too sure there's anything in that. I think there's a coming together, but there's no attempt from Charles Dunn to try and bring him down, almost just a coming together.
We've been fairly satisfied with the opening 20 minutes or so. Robinson, so good form, and off the back of a Lanarkshire derby victory. Keeper a little unstable there, and he's got work to do. Morelos jumping and breaks for Morelos, but he screws it wide as he looked to punish Cedric Keeper's mistake.
Yeah, it was a poor mistake from Keeper. Never in control of that situation, didn't get his feet moving quickly enough, and Morelos uses his strength well. He's got one thing on his mind, gets his shot off. It's a decent connection, but drags it wide.
He just misjudged the first ball, then he couldn't really recover. Cedric Keeper. Now, I know Pedro Caixinha has spoken the build-up about Motherwell playing long balls. Well, all Rangers' success so far, any opportunity that's came their way, has come from a long ball. So, you know, they're having success down that route.
Alfredo Morelos just looking to find his scoring touch. Again, he's not scored in his last four, but still has been rather prolific since joining the club from HJK Helsinki in Finland. Freed has already won a league title, 11 goals in 12 games this season.
That should have been a free kick to Motherwell. Cardosa, hands on Bowman, little pull back there. Does trip over his feet at the end.
Making his third appearance of the season. Played in the rather straightforward victory over Dunfermline, and then that extra time victory at Firhill. But loose from Rangers there. Tate looking forward. Rose. Now Moult. Back to goal and surrounded by blue shirts. Tate moves quickly for Moult, but Tavernier read it well. Candeias with the early ball over the top. Morelos alive and willing to attack. This is Morelos. Pena, the man in the middle. Hartley can clear. And now it's Rose on for Bowman, who's already scored twice on this ground this season. Bowman, it's well blocked by Alves, who remained calm in what was a threatening situation.
He just tried to hold his line initially. Alves gets back.
Another misjudgment, this time from Hartley, and again Morelos goes down on Charles Dunn's challenge.
Well, I'll tell you the problem. Pedro Caixinha is furious. The problem Morelos has is he's the boy who cries wolf. He goes down too easily a lot of the time. I think that is a free kick. I think that is a foul. But the fact it's in Stephen McLean's and the officials' minds gives him a problem. It should have been a free kick.
Pedro Caixinha livid on the touchline at that decision, or lack of it. Morelos to Candeas. Peña still trying to find his way in this game.
I think it's fair to say that Morelos is all action. You know, he loves getting involved in the play, loves wrestling and fighting with people, but Chris is bang on. If you continue to go down, and every time somebody touches you go down, it becomes very difficult for the referee to make the right call all the time.
Dunn's header. Jack returns it. Down goes Peter Hartley.
But it's just, he's a fiery character, isn't he? He's all action, but he has to keep his head, and he's not even looking at the ball, and there's not a lot in that, but it's just stupid.
Just get the sense he could be next in the book. Morelos, you know, he can't change his style of play, he can't change his passion, how he goes about his game. He loves playing with a lot of fire in his belly.
The end result is a free kick for Motherwell, which Tate swings deep. Bowman surrounded by 4 Rangers players.
I'll tell you another thing, if you're a Motherwell centre-half, you should be winding him up.
I think the wind-up started on about Wednesday, Chris.
Well, during the game, pushing his buttons, niggling him, because the way he started the game, I think he's actually performed well, but he's an accident waiting to happen.
Alves with a commanding header, and then Hartley clears Morelos out of the play. Play on, says referee Stephen McLean. Windass goes down, and there will be some work for Stephen McLean to do here.
Yeah, it was a poor challenge. He should go in the book. And quite right, and that's good refereeing, because he let the advantage be played. It's a stupid challenge from Hartley. He's going nowhere. I don't know about the extra 2 rolls, but stupid.
Well, it's one of those ones, Chris. It's an area of the pitch where you know the player isn't hurting you. You know, it's in the halfway line. You know, he now puts himself on edge. Morelos will know that. He'll be getting in round about him even more so now. So let's be honest, it's a compelling battle.
So Peter Hartley joins Ryan Bowman in the book. They've certainly marked out the Rangers' danger man in Alfredo Morelos. Daniel Candeas to take the free kick for Rangers, and plenty to aim at. It's taken right-footed, it's overhit and over the bar. And a little wasteful from the Portuguese winger. Pedro Caixinha just looking to sort out 1 or 2 things with Alan Muir, the 4th official. Happy with the explanation, I think.
That was the earlier one with Morelos. And I suppose the argument there, would he have been through on goal and the red card?
Possibly denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity, but in the end the free kick wasn't given. Candeas has switched wings for now. And here's Peña looking for support. Carlos Peña, back it comes to John. Candeas hits the ball onto the right foot, great ball in. It's just over the top of Peña, and Carson able to get a strong punch clear. Q gives it away. Alves wins that, and it's a useful header too. Daniel Candeas lines up Kipre, goes by him, but knocked the ball too far on.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say, you know, from midfield and forward, Rangers have been better. You know, they've created the better opportunities, they've got themselves into better situations. Candeas again, always a threat. I see him and Windass have changed sides, just trying to mix it up a little bit.
Rangers 27 times League Cup winners, most successful in Scotland. Motherwell have to go back 67 years to the last time they won it, the only time, in 1950. Dave King, the Rangers chairman, is here looking on.
Dave King backed his manager over the summer, a lot of business done, and he will be expecting a Betfred Cup final place, absolutely no doubt.
Both sides had a rather large transformation in terms of playing numbers. Motherwell's transformation has really seen them go from club fighting relegation to one that can challenge the very best on their day.
There were a lot of questions about Dave King, whether he was going to stump up, and he has backed Pedro Caixinha, so he will be expecting a return.
Alves, keeper again, caught under the high ball. Candeias looks to profit. Not for the first time. Motherwell have struggled just to judge those long balls from Alves. Candeias again, drops for Morelos. Now it's travelling. It's still on. Declan John. Charles Dunn, such an important clearance. Rangers come again. Candeias in, it's McHugh away. Motherwell just can't clear their lines right now. Instead it's... Well, Candeias went back and was taken late in the challenge.
Yeah, and I think it's, Motherwell trying to get up the pitch. Is Alan Campbell just going for a little tackle? I mean, there's not an awful lot in that at all, is there? I think Candeias can't wait to go down. He's desperate for the contact. I think you could tell by Alan Campbell's face he was slightly surprised, but a free kick it is. If now you've got to go and defend a set play, which Candeias I'm sure will put in with lots of quality.
Well, it looked to do better than his last set-piece delivery, which went over the top of the crossbar. Rangers have been pinging some really dangerous balls into that Motherwell box in the last couple of minutes. Candeias to try again. Stephen played eagle-eyed. It's flicked on by Pena. Tavernier will get there. Candeias, Rangers knocking at the door. Comes off, down and goes out for a corner kick to Rangers.
It's been a good spell for Rangers. They've had plenty of pressure. They've moved the ball well. They've worked it into wide areas. They put balls in the box that forced Motherwell to defend. Motherwell kind of hanging on a little bit.
Corner taken short. First of the game. Candeias swung in. It's well headed clear by Peter Hartley, and now Molt looks to run against Dorrans, who seems to have the situation under control. Cranked him all the way. Half an hour played. This time Anik with the long ball to pick out Candeias, who finds Windass. Big chance! Straight to Carson.
Well, it's been a really good tactical switch to put Candeias on the left-hand side. Kipra, he's struggling desperately. Windass, good power on the shot. Either side, Trevor Carson. Rangers would be one up.
Josh Windass had a great game in that second half at Fir Park, the opening game of the Premiership season. Turned that one around for Rangers.
Well, I think that's an area of the pitch where Rangers are certainly targeting, just in between Chris Cadden on the right and Cedric Kipper. There seems a bit of a gap, and Candeias is, he's gambling a little bit, extending up the pitch.
Dunn did well. Holt. Last touch comes off Josh Windass.
Yeah, I think that's a problem. He's cheating a little bit. Candeias hanging out, and Kipra, you have to say, doesn't look the most mobile.
Motherwell could do with a spell in possession. The defence has been stretched a little of late. It's Dunn's ball. Bowman rises. It might drop for Louis Molt. Out came John, but it's still on for Campbell. And touch clear by Anik.
There's a really good piece of goalkeeping. Louis Moult asking for the penalty. You don't get them. It's a smart save, that. Heading in. Anik, fingertips, I think it is heading in. Chris Cadden's effort, and he is across to take the corner kick. It's a poor one, and knocked clear by Pena.
Yeah, it's a poor corner kick from Chris Cadden. I know it's something that they worked very hard on at Motherwell. They work in set plays continually. The manager wasn't happy. First opportunity to put a real good ball into the box and letting Rangers off the hook.
Bowman. Tate is there. Free kick for Motherwell now, and their opportunity to send the ball into the box.
This is where you feel that Motherwell have a real opportunity. A lot of big guys in the team.
Rangers have been made aware of the physical threat in the lead up to and in the opening 35 minutes. Motherwell score a lot of their goals from cross balls. And Chris Cadden to take aim here. Right on top of Anik and too close to the goalkeeper. Quick ball finds Windass.
Distribution's been superb.
Windass cuts in, feeds Dorrans. And Tate can't find a way past Tavernier, who went down and was clipped. The decision goes Rangers' way, despite the protest from the Motherwell players.
We got there in the end. Little clip there, which leads to the free kick. The assistant didn't seem convinced initially, but anyway, they got there in the end.
It was slightly more accidental than actually intentional, but when it came to the decision, it's a free kick. Motherwell had their chance earlier on to put the ball in the box. It wasn't a good one, so Rangers now get their chance.
This time it'll be Declan John again to create one of these in-swingers. Is the Welshman, and it just needed a touch. The slightest of touch would have guided that in from Bruno Alves.
That's terrific delivery. Just gets too much on it. Wanted the slightest of touches. Use the pace on the cross.
He's across the near post, you know, so it's going to be very difficult to try and generate the direction in the ball without a glance. As you say, Chris, too much on it. In relief for Motherwell.
Scottish Football Extra is back on Tuesday from 6:45 on BT Sport 1 HD, and that is ahead of the big one in the capital, Hibernian against Hearts. And Alan Stubbs will be our guest, amongst others. And following that, 24 hours later on Wednesday, it's another massive match on BT Sport. Aberdeen against Celtic, the top two in the Scottish Premiership. Well, Louis Moult is down, but Motherwell will continue their attack.
Should he not stop the game? Head knock.
Chris Cadden continues, and he gives the ball to Alan Campbell. It's cleared up towards Morelos. Hartley's header. Pena's interested in that. Well, Moult is back to his feet, but he's not going to have much involvement in this phase of play. Bowman has it to Tate. Well, Moult now signals and wants the ball, and he's going to have a goal here. And it's deflected and just wide. Well, what a story that would have been.
Yeah, and he's furious with Stephen McLaren, saying you should have stopped the game. He had a head injury. He thinks there was an elbow. That's nasty. That wasn't far away. instinctive, gets his shot off early, takes that deflection. This is Cardosa, and I think it's similar to the Bowman one. I do.
It's the exact same, Chris. You know, again, there's probably no real intention to go and put an elbow, but he's using his arm as leverage. You know, and you can quite clearly see something has to happen, or something has happened for blood to be drawn.
It's all that talk of vampires in the build-up to the game, isn't it? Kipre goes up, and it's Kipre! And somehow it stays out!
Incredible block. Oh, is it Ryan Jack on the line? I mean, that's as good as a goal. It's a brilliant block, whether it's luck or judgment. Kipre must think he scores. He does well. He does superbly well to react.
Goal-saving intervention from Ryan Jack, followed up by Anik, and then another header coming in, this time from Carl McHugh.
Well, how good is this reaction? This is the second corner, but this is the first one. Jack reacts so quickly.
He's almost trying to get out of the way of the ball. He's almost curling himself into the ball and thinking, I hope this doesn't hurt me, but he's kept his team level, that's for sure. Great chance for Kipre, great chance for Hartley. Motherwell almost making the breakthrough.
Believe that his team didn't go one up there 5 minutes before the break. Here's header given back to Richard Tate. Moult now. Cardoso was in close attendance, but Moult battling away, finds Kipre. Now Cannon. Might fancy this match-up with Declan John. It's still Cannon. He's done brilliantly, but couldn't get past Alves, but it brings about another corner for Motherwell.
And that's where Motherwell want Chris Cadden. For the first 40 minutes of this game, he's had to defend. He's been towards his own goal, but he's got pace, he's got trickery. He can create things, good defending in the end. Good play by Cadden.
3 in the 6-yard box for Motherwell, looking for the delivery. It's Cannon to take, Kipre again. That's the one looking to get to the ball, but Windass is here, and Rangers have plenty in this attack. Candeias ahead of Windass. Here is the Portuguese. It's a good ball too. Oh, the header is inches wide.
I think Candeias has had a really good half. The Rangers is actually Alves who wins the corner. Rangers break up the pitch, and this is right on the money. He tries to head it back across Trevor Carson into that far corner, and he's not far away.
It's almost a perfect counter-attack, isn't it? You know, 2 passes and suddenly you're in the opposition box. Big let-off from Motherwell. Excellent play by Rangers.
Oh, and it's interesting that Pedro Caixinha leaves Daniel Candeias and Declan John generally up on the halfway line for those counter-attack opportunities. When Windass broke, it really opened up. Here's Rose for Tate. Now McHugh to Richard Tate, and he gets a shout from Chris Cadden, who's come over to the left-hand side for a change. McHugh's challenge on Carlos Peña is penalised.
I just felt in that instance Chris Cadden should have just tried to be more positive, take his man on, but I think it's quite clearly a free kick. Conor McHugh is claiming he played the ball, he did. However, he went through the back of Peña first. So a good position from Motherwell, and they let Rangers off the hook.
Well, Rangers and Motherwell playing for a place in next month's Betfred Cup final. John Kennedy, the Celtic first team coach, watching on, and that will be on Sunday the 26th of November from 2:30. BT Sport 1 HD, and will be in 4K Ultra High Definition.
Strong challenge. Kipre trying to read the play, but it's been a competitive first half.
It's the one thing Motherwell wanted, you know, a competitive game. Can't let Rangers settle into the rhythm, make all the passes, be passive. Certainly not.
Here's John to see if Rangers can break the deadlock before half-time. What a ball that walks in too. Pena was there. Candeas has to go and retrieve the situation. And Dunn's clearance. There will be a Rangers throw. Tavernier to launch the long one, and Alves had come up for that. Candeas back to his goalkeeper. Anik. Parker can easily return that one. Molt just touches it on. Will be further a minute. Nothing to separate Rangers and Motherwell. 45 minutes played. At this stage, both sides quite happy just to get into the dressing rooms. Reorganize. Tavernier to Alves. Now John looks up the line for Windass, but he's unable to keep the ball in play.
And we always thought it would be a tight game. We always thought it would be a close game, and it's panned out that way in this first half.
And that will be the last action of what has been an intriguing first 45 minutes. Ryan Jack probably with the most telling moment when he cleared off the line from Cedric Kipre. Alfredo Morelos has certainly very much been in this game too. It's been a battle as expected, and at half-time at Hampden, it's Rangers 0, Motherwell 0.
Celtic Park has hosted many other sporting events, including cycling, hurling and track and field.
This could be a pivotal night. It's a night of maroon madness. Oh, absolutely stunning. Good heavens. It's an Aberdeen erection.
Sinclair finds the back of the net, and they're cruising now.
Race the fastest cars on the fastest tracks and hear your engine roar in GT Sport. Target the enemy with deadly precision in Bravo Team. Battle mythical dragons in the vast open world of Skyrim. And immerse yourself in over 100 games and experiences. Live the game, PlayStation VR, for the players.